All right, so I'm going to do something that I've been talking about doing for a while, but I haven't done, and it's doing like a live. Well, not live because I'm gonna record this because I don't know how this is gonna go. Reacting to this semi-live is I'm gonna start to react to some of these statements by our government concerning certain things, and it's something that I want to do for a while. I know we've done a whole bunch of React videos for music videos and shit like that, and that's cool. But we always people get mad about us talking over the video, so they're about music videos, and I really don't give a shit that much about music videos. I mean, they're fun to do reacts to, but in this instance, I'm gonna do a react to something that's actually important and has to do with the president of the United States finally talking about the death of the murder, really, not just the death, the murder of George Floyd, and I'm gonna do a react to it right now. Hopefully, it turns out well. This is the first time I'm gonna do this as a recording, so hope you appreciate what I'm gonna say. If you are a President Trump supporter at this point in time, you're not gonna appreciate more than likely what I'm going to say. Um, I was I wasn't really a President Trump supporter when he got elected, but I did give him a chance, and he fucked that chance up real bad. And people that know me know that I posted after he got elected. I was like, hey, this guy got elected. I didn't vote for either Hillary or him. I voted for nobody because I was actually going to vote for Gary Johnson, truth be told, but he had no chance, and so I didn't vote at all. And I was like, hey, let's give this guy a chance. We need to, advance certain American ideals and really just make America better. I wasn't all about the MAGA shit, the Make America Great Again. It was nonsense to me from the get go. It's a bad slogan, but I was willing to give the guy a chance. All right, I wanted him to get his chance to make America better, at least, because we need to progress forward no matter what. If you don't progress forward as a society, you're gonna go the way as like Rome or Greece or fucking France, but you could just get down the road places that have been, world leaders that have fallen off the map because they fucked up, and that's what I don't want to see for America. I want us to keep progressing forward and not falling backwards. And in this current climate in America, we're falling backwards. And I've made a bunch of statements about this, previously. I made a whole solo podcast. This is a whole another solo video. So let's listen to President Trump finally talk about George Floyd. And it took him a couple of days to do it. And it's a goddamn shame. He went through a whole... Actually, no, I'm just going to play it, and I'm going to react to it, and let's see what happens. So let's pull up this whole video, and let's see what he has to say. All right, let's go.
Our nation's deepest condolences
Good
and
condolences.
most heartfelt sympathies to the family of George Floyd. Terrible event.
It was terrible.
Terrible thing
I totally
that
agree.
happened. I've asked that the Department of Justice expedite the federal investigation into his death.
I'm going to pause right now. All right, sorry. I'm going to be an asshole. He doesn't seem enthusiastic about reading what's on his paper right now. I'm going to be totally honest. As somebody that's watching what he's doing, he does not seem enthusiastic or really overly concerned about what's going on right now. Hopefully he is today, because right now it's what is it? It's May 29th, and there are protests at the White House. So hopefully tonight he understands the gravity of what the fuck is going on in America. I'm gonna keep going.
And do it immediately, do it as quickly as absolutely possible.
Yes, you should prosecute us.
It's a local
least get him arrested.
situation, but we're also making it into a federal situation.
So when he said it's a local situation, it's fucking not. All right. So anybody that's out there that's listening to what I'm saying, the situation that happened with George Floyd is not a local situation. Yes, it happened in one certain spot, but this is a history of violence against African American men. All right, and not just African American men, just people of color in general. That's been happening, and it hasn't stopped since Africans have been in slavery here in America. It hasn't stopped. It's let up a little bit, but it hasn't fucking stopped. And so I it's difficult for me to really believe what he's saying because it sounds like bullshit to me. All right, if you don't understand that, just look at the history of what's been happening over the past 100 years with people of color here in America. It's difficult for me to hear what he's saying to make it like it doesn't sound genuine to me. I'm gonna let it go. We'll just keep fucking pressing through.
And it's a terrible thing.
Yeah, it's
we
terrible.
We all saw what we saw, and it's very hard to even conceive of anything other than what we did see.
Yeah, it's hard to conceive of, but it's happened fucking multiple times over the past few years. So, yeah, hard to conceive, I guess.
Should never happen. Should never be allowed.
You're
to
right.
happen,
It should never happen
like that. But we're determined that justice be served.
I hope now they didn't arrest the guy right away. Which, if in any other situation, if you had a video of somebody literally killing another person, they would be thrown in jail right away. You wouldn't wait multiple days to arrest the guy, and you definitely wouldn't have 75 other police officers protecting that guy. So I'm going to say that right now. And I have people that are friends of mine that are police officers, and I hope that they remain safe. Everybody that I know that's a police officer, they're good people. And I think that what's happened in Minneapolis and other places around America puts my friends' lives at risk, and it fucking bothers me to an extreme. And I think that a lot of people that listen to what I have to say, they don't understand that I support law enforcement. And what bothers me when we have a bad person do some shit to somebody, it puts my friends' lives at risk, and it needs to stop. So let's just keep going. I paused this multiple times, and it's 47 seconds in. And we still have 2 minutes, or we still have, over 2 minutes to go. So let's go.
And I spoke to members of the family.
I hope you spoke wisely.
Terrific people. And we'll be reporting as time goes by. We think.
Are you going to report? Or are you going to support them? And what happened to George Floyd? That's what I want to know. Like, you can report all you want, but support them and really understand what the fuck they're going through, and the fact that this has happened multiple times, even during your presidency, and you've turned a blind eye, and you've continued to turn a blind eye, and now it's at your fucking doorstep, and now you may have a semblance of understanding. So let's keep going.
That we also have to make the statement, and it's very important that
the statement's important. Okay, gotcha.
we have peaceful protesters.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And support the rights for peaceful protesters. Can't allow a situation like happened in Minneapolis too.
So it's Minneapolis, not Minneapolis, first of all. And yeah, I'm totally for peaceful protests as well, like riots and looting and all that kind of stuff. I have some sympathy for it, given the amount of shit that people of color in America have had to take over and over again over the years, you know? Like, I understand, but I don't condone it, you know? Like, I don't want it to happen at all. But it's going to happen because the shit's not stopping. Like, nobody's ending the violence against people that look like me. You know, it's not happening. So what do you expect people to do? I think it was, I'm not even going to say it, but it needs to stop. I'll keep it going.
To descend further into lawless anarchy and chaos, and we understand that very well.
You don't understand that very well. You don't understand any of that. You know, you were a guy that was born, and you were gifted millions of dollars when you were born. So you don't understand the plight of a person that grew up in poverty. You don't. And if you admitted that, that'd be helpful. Really would. I wasn't born with fucking millions of dollars in my bank account. Just saying. Let's go.
Very important, I believe, to the family, to everybody, that the memory of George Floyd be a perfect memory. Let it be a perfect memory.
Okay. this is like the memory of George Floyd being a perfect memory. That is the most tone deaf fucking bullshit that I've heard in a long time. The memory that almost every single American has outside of George Floyd's family, our memory is of that man dying for literally 9 minutes on video with a man's knee on his neck as he's pleading for mercy, voiding his bladder, and nobody can help them because the police were protecting the man that was killing him. That's your quote unquote perfect memory. What the fuck are you talking about? How is that a perfect memory? That's what everybody is going to remember when we think of George Floyd. It's some fucking asshole murdering him on video. How can you possibly say a perfect memory? Like, I don't even understand the context. I don't understand anything of what he just said. What the fuck does it even mean? If somebody can explain that to me, please do. We'll keep it going.
The looters should not be allowed to drown out the voices of so many peaceful protesters. They hurt so badly what is happening, and it's... He's stumbling over words, and to me, it's ridiculous. Yeah, you're right. People shouldn't be looting, and I totally agree with you with people there. Like, don't loot. But at the same time, you're angry because the shit keeps happening. Like, what do you expect when people keep getting shit on? What do you want them to do? Do you want them to peacefully protest? Because when people took a knee, people got mad. When people peacefully protested, people got mad. You know, what do you expect them to do with no results? I mean, that goes to the Einstein thing, where if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, it's insanity. I mean, come on. Something has to change, and if you don't change it, then people are going to get more and more extreme about it. And I can understand that, but I don't want it to happen. I want America to be peaceful. I want people to live in harmony. But if you have people that are treated like second-class citizens for hundreds of years, like, what the fuck do you expect is going to happen? I mean, it happened in the span of not even 100 years with America. You know, like, how long did it take for the American Revolution to happen? Was it even a fucking 100 years here in America when we overthrew England's fucking reigns? I gotta think. It was more than that. Sorry, I am a student of history. It was more than 100 years. It took a while, but this with African Americans especially, it's been well over 400 years at this point. And for you to just be like, hey, just keep getting shitted on, and then you get mad when people start protesting and start getting violent about it. It's like, hey man, how about you fucking listen? How about you listen? You know, and see like the plight of what is happening here in America. If you were to listen, I don't know, during the civil rights movement, which is what people fucking literally died for, was for these rights, and you still don't listen to this day, and you're like, oh, I don't know, they're just looting shit. You don't fucking get it. You don't understand. You don't. The reason why you don't understand is because you were born a fucking millionaire. You know? You never had to worry about where the fuck your money comes from. You never had to worry about getting pulled over, you know, by somebody and like worried about, hey, is this a good cop or a bad cop? Never had to worry about that in your entire fucking life. Ever. Recognize that shit. Let's keep going. It's so bad for the state and for that great city. So we are working very closely with the Justice Department. We're working with local law enforcement.
Okay.
We're working with everybody, and we're speaking with the family, and hopefully everything can be fairly taken care of. I understand the hurt. I understand the pain.
You don't understand the hurt or the pain.
People
You don't.
have really been through a lot. The family of George is entitled to justice, and the people of Minnesota are entitled to live in safety. Law and order will prevail. The Americans
So hold on. Law and order did not prevail.
if law and order prevailed, George Floyd would still be alive. Let's keep going.
Honor the memory of George and the Floyd family. It's very important to us. It's very important to me to see that.
No, it's not that important. Hold on. I'm going to pause. All right. I kept pausing. I guess I was dramatic about it. Anyway, it was not that important because earlier today, he had a press conference, a quote unquote press conference where he took no comments from the press and he decided to shit on China and the World Health Organization today. If this was your priority and you understood what was happening to this family, that would have been your first priority this morning. It wouldn't have been talking shit about China and trade agreements and fucking the World Health Organization and that you're angry that, you know, America put in so much more money than China. You know, the first thing on your fucking mind would have been George Floyd in Minneapolis, but it wasn't. So get the fuck out of here with your bullshit, with your platitudes that it's utter nonsense. So just stop lying to people. It was not your priority, and you know it wasn't. I know it wasn't. Most people out there that are watching this know that it wasn't, and I'll leave it at that.
Everything is taken care of properly. It's a horrible, horrible situation.
Yeah, it was horrible. I
I
totally agree with that.
So we'll be reporting back.
He's going to
in
report
due
again, I
course
guess.
And as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so that is how I honestly feel about that bullshit statement from President Trump. The fact that he said that, you know, if you loot, we shoot, that happened earlier today too. So, yeah, just violence against your own citizens for complaining about something that's been happening for hundreds of years and you being totally tone deaf about it. And it's going to continue being a problem until you actually understand what the problem is. Once you understand what the problem is, like sit down with people and like really ask them, hey, what the fuck's going on? You know, but you're not going to do that. You're going to sit there in the White House. Right now, you probably can't even leave because there's riots right outside your door. Maybe now you might want to understand more because the fire's at your door. But at this point, it's too late. You know, it's really too late. And I think that the local government in Minneapolis and the federal government missed an opportunity to do what was right. You know, they should have arrested the officer that killed George Floyd right away. That would have avoided the vast majority of the riots that are going on right now. And if you don't realize that, then you're a fucking moron. Because the main reason why people were mad about this is because somebody killed a man on video and was not immediately arrested. Just let that sink in. If I killed a guy on camera, I would expect to be in jail. Anybody else in America would. Law enforcement officers are not above the law. They're not. And I have good friends of mine that are law enforcement officers. I would hope that they would never do some shit like that. You know? I'll leave it at that. You know, it's just, this is a ridiculous time to be living in. Just seeing civil rights just going backwards in time to a time when my parents were alive and in the Black Panthers. You know, both my parents were in the Black Panthers. You know, I'm not in the Black Panthers at all. I'm not some huge, people that know me, like I'm not some like civil rights movement guy. You know what I mean? But I will also not ignore injustice laid down right in front of me. Like, I'm for civil rights, but I'm also not the guy that's just like, I'm not the forefront of shit. But these recent events are forcing me to like pull the wool over people's eyes. But like, listen, look at these things. Look at what they're doing to us. And just like recognize. And I really appreciate people that I know that have reached out to me privately and publicly that have like really recognized like the plight of what's going on right now and the plight of people of color and really getting the message out there and really doing their own research and seeing, hey, like what the fuck is really going on.
that is awesome. That's like step in the right direction. You know, that's how we heal things. That's how we heal America. But you sitting up there saying that I totally understand when you fucking don't, you know, don't do that shit. That's just silly nonsense. If you don't understand, just be honest about it. You don't understand, and it's fine. I don't understand, for the most part, quantum physics. I understand on a basic level quantum physics, which is like, it's not even basic. But I'm not going to sit out there and say, hey, I totally understand every aspect of quantum physics. You know, I also don't understand the plight of certain people. Like, I don't understand the plight of, let's say, Native Americans in America today. All right. But what I do understand is that they got fucked, and they are continually getting fucked to this day. And it's one of the smallest minorities here in America. And if y'all didn't know, that the COVID-19 virus continues to affect them today at a higher percentage than any other group here in America. But most people don't fucking know that. I understand that. But at the same time, I'm not living in that group. But at least I can talk about it. And I can talk about it outside of getting pressured. Like, nobody told me to talk about Native Americans on my small rant here on this video, you know. But I'm not gonna bullshit you, like saying that I understand some shit that I really don't, you know. It's just be real. Just say you don't get it. Say you're gonna try, at least. Just fucking try. Stop being a fucking asshole about it. Just try. How about that? All right, with that, I'm out of here. Later.